Hello, my name is Lady Calamere, and I do welcome you to my channel. I am doing my 359th presentation. Wow, that's a lot. It will be on the goddess Indrani. Indrani is one of the Sapta Matrikas, which were the seven mothers, the seven little mothers, as well as the Ashta Matrikas, the eight little mothers. So Indrani, she is also called Shachi, and meaning one who speaks well and elegantly. Indrani is the wife of Indra. Indrani is called the Queen of Heaven. She with Indra rules Svarga. Indrani was chosen by Indra because of her beauty, because of her elegance, and her grace, but also her power of able to vocalize things and speak, and also the power of her mind, her power itself, and her power to negotiate, her power to debate, her just her power, and also she knows how to fight. She knows how to fight a war and win a war. So Indra is male and Indrani is female, meaning the wife of Indra. So rarely is she, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. There are people that will worship her, but when they worship her, they will worship Indra. And yes, a lot of people say, oh, Indra worship. Indra is not worshipped anymore. There are people that worship her. And that's the same thing with Brahma. Generally say, oh, Brahma's not worshipped, but there are places that worship him. Trust me. So her things, her vices as a matrika is jealousy and wrath. Jealousy and wrath. But even though those are her vices, she helps the devotee to overcome jealousy and unrighteous anger. Indra, she gets jealous of him because he's, he's the king. He's like, he does this, a lot of things that Odin does or Zeus does. He has a roving archangel. He has a roaming eye, so to speak. He's not satisfied with the wife he has. He has to have more and more and consorts. So he messes around. And Indrani gets angry at this. So once Indrani asks Indra, I asked you for a boon. He says, what? To destroy my enemies. Now that her enemies, but also possibly her, you know, uh, Indra's mistresses. She has exceptional beauty and pride, long, beautiful hair, beautifully kept. I mean, absolute drop dead, knockout guard, gorgeous. She is absolutely beautiful and all the way she looks. And here she's seen where riding Indra's elephant, Aravata. She either rides them or she has a chariot with them. She also controls the lightning bolt. She also deals with storms and life giving rain or torrential downpours, thunder, and lightning. So she holds the Vajra just like Indra does, and that is the thunderbolt. That is a very powerful weapon that can level things out, if you know what I mean, destroy and to unalive something or someone. But she's also she's showing holding the mace, a very powerful weapon that can kill, crush, and destroy. In the other hand, she holds and something like swords or shields, a lotus. She is very powerful. In the Rig Veda, Indrani Sachi is also mentioned for her pride, and she's mentioned for her gorgeousness and celebrated to her husband Indra. In fact, I love Kali. And let me tell you something. On the 1008 names of Kali Ma, the 533rd name is Indra. Yes. The 533rd name of Kali is Indrani. Sorry, not Indra. Indrani. Correction, Indrani. Indrani is the 533rd name of the 1008 names of Kali Ma. She's she is often venerated alongside Indra in various festivals and celebrations and rituals. Temples that are dedicated to Indra also has Indrani and can be found across the India. So she continues to inspire modern and contemporary modern literature and media. So she has great strength. She's a multifaceted goddess of power, strength, and divine feminine. Sachi is the divine word. It sounds almost like Shakti, but Shakti, which is power, divine feminine. Shachi. So some people pronounce it Saki and it's wrong. It's Shachi. So yeah. Wow. In her form of the Ashtamatrika, yes, she can be dangerous. And the Saptamatrika is where she destroys those who try to mess with Svarga and those that try to mess with, you know, her those she loves and those that worship her and had devotees. She will mess them up. So there is also a mantra to her where she is mentioned as Tripura Sundari. Now, Tripura Sundari, I did a presentation on her. She's one of the Mahavijas, which means the beauty of the three worlds, who is also called Sodashi. So here we're calling Indrani the beauty of the three worlds. that she is gorgeous, that she makes the world, three worlds beautiful, and that she brings things that bring beauty, body, mind, and soul, and that she brings good things, and that she brings blessings of fertility. So there is that she can bring finances, good fortune, and good luck and money. So the mantra is Om Nama Indrani Tripura Sundari Namaha. So it's also dedicated calling Tripura Sundari the Queen of Heaven, the Queen of Swaga, but it's also uh so it could be used as a Tripura Sundari or an Indrani, but we see Indrani first, so it's Om Nama Indrani Tripura Sundari Namaha. Om Nama Indrani Tripura Sundari Namaha. It's a powerful invocation, and it brings her blessings. It brings her connecting you spiritually to the goddess. And Tripura Sundari represents supreme beauty of spiritual and divine consciousness and spiritual and divine fulfillment and abundance and prosperity. Because Indrani does this, she brings the life giving rains for your crops. Water is life, y'all. So you can't eat gold. Well, actually, you can. It's over the candy, but you generally can't eat gold. You ever see the gold film on chicken and stuff? So I'll eat my gold. No, I'll eat my words. No, but generally you can't eat paper money. You can't eat metal coins, but you can drink water, and you can eat the food that is produced by the crops. So Indrani is can be at once very peaceful, but the next be a bloodthirsty warrior. She has the power to protect her kingdom, her king, and her devotees. So just remember that. Some people just say, oh, she's just beautiful thing riding an elephant. Don't let that beauty fool you, because she is powerful. She is very powerful. So the the Sapta Matrikas involve Ma, Brahmani, which is a feminine Brahma, who deals with wisdom and creation. There's Kaumari, who is valor and authority. There is Maheshwari. She's also called Rudrani. And Rudra is the god of is the god of storms that was assumed simulated by Shiva, but who deals with this the same thing, but also um, represents defense to bring down the opposition and sustenance. Vaishnavi is the like a female Vishnu, and she is that of nurturing and compassion and sustenance. Varahi, I already talked about her. She is the boar-headed goddess, and she represents martial powers and prowess and strength, but she also brings lots of money. Indrani deals, she's there, and Chamunda, which I already talked about, which is very ferocious and very powerful. Chamunda is a very dark goddess who destroys demons and is associated with Durga and Kali. Now, in the eighth, you have all those what I said. The eighth one is Narasimi, which is the feminine Shakti, like this feminine of Narasimha, which I talked about, is the lion. He's the lion head god of India. She's the lion headed goddess of India, and she represents protection and ferocity and strength and victory and protection, as well as even healing. And she's ferocious. But back to Indrani, I just wanted to give you that list just in case anyone asks. So maybe one day I will do a presentation. I will eventually probably do a presentation on each one. I do not have a statue of Indrani. I had to print this out. I don't even have a card of it. How sad. I really tried. I really tried to, for many years, look for an affordable Indrani statue. It's not going to cost me thousands of dollars. So, anyway, is Indrani approachable? Yes, she can very well be. The queen of the gods is. But it's also in a context of how you call her. She is kind. She is the daughter of the Asura Polomon. Yes, she is the daughter of an so she's of Asura stock, and in which Indra gives her the elixir of immortality. There's stories where he gives it to her. So there's probably other stories that she didn't need it, but and by the way, Indra is a position. There are 14 Indras, and if I have time, I'll get into it because I don't want to waste time because I already deviated into the Sapta Matrikas and the Ashta Matrikas, so I want to keep you know focused because I have ADHD. I'll just start talking about anything and then lose focus. So I have to use my power of ADHD, which has helped me learn fast things. But here we go. So Indrani, so back to Puloman. Now Puloman wanted good for her daughter. And Indrani was coveted by Indra. And Indra consummates the relationship before they're married. Puloman was like, "You did what with my daughter? Excuse me? You think my daughter is just a plaything?" And Indra was like, "Yeah, but I love her and everything." "No, you don't do that with my daughter." And he's a protective father. He's like, "No, you do not defile my daughter." So there was an argument in which Indra vanquishes him, unalives him, destroys him, totally annihilates him. But, you know, he was standing up for his kid. He knew Indra's reputation. He didn't want his kid just to be, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. No, no, no. But she does become the wife of Indra. So she moves on up from Asura to one of the devas. So she moves up in position. And you really can't blame Paloman for that. You really can't. I mean, who wants their child to be used? Now, he's also, Paloman is also a chief of the Danavas race, but also mentioned as Asura. And he's also the progeny. So he's one of the chiefs whose progenitors was the sage Kashyapa and the wife Danu. And I believe I talked about sage Kashyapa before, and I don't want to deviate, but I do want to tell you that. So she is, Andrani is divine authority and power, and she can influence the political. Oh, please help us with the politics across the world. Please bring freedom, from all dictatorships. Everyone deserves to have freedom of mind, freedom of speech, to be able to have nourishing foods, and not to live a life of being in fear and impoverished, forced impoverished too. It's awful. So How long have I talked? 24 minutes. I feel like I've only been 14 minutes, and I feel like I haven't even really taught you much. And my cat's being very distracting. She's around my feet, so Lady Boss is here. She is, she inspires people. She's able to inspire you and also to get people to admire you and for you to inspire people. For you to use your spiritual authority, your magical authority, whatever you have learned or whatever you have learned in past lives to bring that authority forth. All right? To bring forth authority. Indrani symbolizes loyalty. Loyalty to me is a currency, okay? She's going to teach you a lot about respecting yourself and a lot about setting up boundaries. And some people will disrespect you for some reason, even friends. It's like, I know I had a friend that used to call me wicked fat face, and I should have cut it off right away. I would have said, listen, the first, second, third time was funny. You keep going on with it. I'm not talking to you. You're going to have respect. That's what I should have done. And it took me a while to learn that you don't, because people will push the boundary and envelope to see how far they can get away with it, consciously or unconsciously, because for whatever reason, they want to feel better about themselves. They want to see how far they can disrespect you. Okay. And this same person eventually start calling, my other half potato head. And, you know, and I got to a point, we got to a point where he got something and, this guy was expecting to get it every year. And I told him, I'm sorry, my other half is just too much of a potato head to get you anything. See how that works? But it should have cut it off. And Indrani is going to teach you to self respect. Okay? Even from your own friends and family. Okay, I know we all play around. Oh, you're a forehead. You're this. Oh, hey, you bitch. What's up? But hey, but when you mean it and you do it to bring someone down constantly, that's wrong. That's something. No, that stops. Indrani doesn't allow that shit. Okay, she is about self-respect and respecting yourself. She's also called Pulomi, as Puloman was her father, meaning the daughter of Puloman. So she's Pulomi. She's also called Indri, Aindri, Indri, Indri, Indri. So she teaches one to be resourcefulness and to face challenges of your days and your nights. She's very clever. She can figure things out. Like I sometimes it's like I have to figure things out. She can figure things out. She can figure out one problem after another because she is a queen. She is a true queen. She's not one of those queens that's gonna put my feet back up. Yeah, I'm queen. Everyone else can eat brioche. Let them all eat brioche. That's what the, the queen said. She didn't say let them eat cake. Let them eat brioche. That's not her way. She said, I'm queen. Yeah, we're taking care. I'm taking care of the subjects. and I'm taking care of the kingdom, and I'm taking care of the king, and I'm taking care of myself. I'll take care of everybody. Watch me do it. I can do it. Maybe a big task at hand, but I'll get it done. And I'll get it done today. That's her power. So she thwarted Nahusha. And Nahusha was a man, a mortal king, who took over the throne of heaven during one of Indra's absence. And he also dared to desire Nahusha. The Nahusha dared to desire Indrani. Indrani was like, "Oh no, you did what? This is not happening." So she devised a plan to thwart Naha, Nah, Nahusha, cause his downfall, and restore the throne to the rightful king. Hail to the king, baby, Indra, to his rightful position. Even in hymns, there's a hymn where even Indrani is asserts dominance over her king Indra, and she's also described as jealous over rivals. She has a very complex relationship with her husband. So it's not exactly kind of the stories between Zeus and Zeus, Zeus and Hera, which is Zeus and Hera. So Zeus is there's some similarities where Hera does things. So she she is associated with Parijat, Parijata tree. So it's the divine Parijata tree, which shows her role as reconciliation after conflict. So, and especially with her interactions with Lord Krishna, the Lord Krishna, Jai Krishna, Hare Krishna, and Krishna's wife, Satyamvama, not Radha, Satyamvama. And I've discussed why on the earthly realm Krishna was not married to Radha ever on the earthly realm. So there's that. But if you want to know more about Krishna and Radha, I have presentations as well on Tripura Sundari and Chamunda. So, as in her form as one of the Matrikas, her complexion, okay, before as not as a Matrika, she has a whitish golden complexion, but as a Matrika, her complexion turns red. She has three eyes, and she holds weapons in her forearms, and even at this point, a spear. She also has She's on the elephant Aravata and the kalpaka tree, which shows her status as divine and the connection to prestige, the connection to power and wealth and prosperity. So we see two different trees, the kalpaka tree as a matrika and as not as a matrika, it's also the parijata tree, but definitely as a matrika, the kalpaka tree. So it's like Kali. You have Kali as a Mahavija and then like separated. There's forms that are not of uh, Mahavija. And the month that I have yantra where it shows her yantra as Kali, separate from Mahavija, and then her blue yantra that shows her as Mahavija. And I've discussed about Kali, so I have a presentations on her. She represents royalty as the royal lineage, but also now royalty of the spirit. So Indrani is also worshipped during the the Ashada Navarati, the Ashada Navarati, and it is a 9-day festival dedicated to the goddess, and that's usually Ashadas are in June to July, and in 2025, and this celebration passed was in from July 6th to and it ended July 15th. So there's that. In the Buddhist text, this goddess is known as Suja, the wife of Shakra, S with a hyphen, so it'll be Shakra, chakra, not chakra, but chakra, not with a ch, but Sakra, but the S has a hyphen on it. So every chakra. So in Buddhist, Indrani is seen in Buddhism, and she represents spiritual growth, purification, and the stories about her journey across many, many, many lifetimes and incarnations to eventually become the queen, Chakra's wife. Yeah, yeah. So we see that Indrani also acts with her own independence. She's not dependent upon her husband. Okay? She's not. She's also uh, has a characteristic role as a guardian of of Indra's devotion. So we have that. So Indrani is also seen in Jainism. So she's even honored in Jainism. So we have her in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. Chant Central has a wonderful chant to her and song to Indrani where you can chant along to the call of her and then sing along. Just light a candle, light some incense if you can, um, and sing along with it. And they show like this animation and everything that your mind can just start absorbing, and you just become one with Indrani and one with the mantra. Yeah, I really love Chant Central. Check them out. I recommend anyone into any of the Hindu deities, especially the feminine. They do some on the masculine, but they do a lot more on the feminine. So, and they got all the Dasa Mahavijas there. Check it out. Chant Central on YouTube. And you can ask your echo, I don't want to say Alexa because it will go off and say play that. So Indrani in Shaktiism, she embodies Indra's power, all of it. And she is a goddess of combat, martial prowess, strength. I had to turn on the light because it's getting dark. The sun is set. Sun already set, so it sets early here up north. So she has the strength to overcome the mess in our mind, the awful things that go in our mind, and to for the ladies out there to make you the queen, and for the guys out there to make you an Indra, make you a king, but a peaceful Indra where you're not constantly looking over your shoulder who's coming over to take my kingdom. But also, yet there are people that will be taking over, try to take over your kingdom. You don't have to be paranoid, but to be ever watchful that someone will try to topple you and that you have the strength to fight that you will have the confidence to fight that, and that you will have the clarity to fight that. So, yes, there were 14 Indras. Like, the first one was Yajna, the second was Vipashita. So you had Suchi, again dealing with speech. You had Manojov. So a total of 14 names. Vivu, uh, Bali, Purandara. I don't know off top of my head which one. I know the first one was Yajna. So yeah, you have an actual one of the Indra's name was Shanti, which means peace. Literally peace. Shanti. There is Devaspati. So you can look it up. The 14 kings. So yeah. Wow, I've been talking for 14 minutes. So Indrani's going to bring you success to make you a success. So you should ideally wear fresh clothes, clean yourself, basically cleanse the area. Uh, Turmeric water is a good idea to bless your area. Turmeric is good for that. So from 4:30 to 6 a.m. is great times to worship her. But she can be worshipped throughout the year. Don't worry about that. So she's worshipped during the sometimes during some festivals like the Navaratri, the 9 nights of the goddess Durga, Navaratri. She can be worshipped at that time. Good clothes colors to wear is bright shades and reds and yellows. So she likes fresh fruits and dry fruits. So you think about coconuts, seasonal fruits, or bananas, or what fruits you have around you. Sometimes you have to use what you have and what you can get. Betel leaves and all different types of nuts are great offerings for her. Water, and even water in a kalash, which is a copper pot, is good. Unbroken rice grains. And some people cook it for her. Some people give her raw. That's fine. You can, do those steam packs and make her a nice thing of rice. She loves sweets. Homemade or whatever you if you can't bake, no one's telling you, hey, go burn your home down because you don't know how to bake, and you can make non stuff that are non-baked too. So she likes sweets. I mean, we like halwa and ladus. Uh, if you don't know, those are Indian sweets, but chocolate will do nice. A nice pie or a cake, you know, like. mm, let's say I love lemon pie. So there's a little lemon pie here from Walmart that I so enjoy. So I'm going to give her this pie or cherry pie or, you know, maybe it's whatever you can afford at the Dollar General, especially the way food is here, the prices now. Incense sticks. She loves dried herbs, and you think about sandalwood or camphor, uh, lamps, candle lamps, and the best candles to offer to the Hindu deities are ghee, clarified butter, and that's easy to make. You can buy it, which is expensive, or you can make yours, which you can use a double boiler or just very low flame. Put your butter in, slowly melt it. Get the solids out. You want to use unsalted butter. That's the best. You get the solids out, and then that pure oil you can pour into containers. Make sure you try to get as little solids as possible. And you want to pour oil. Not only does it make light and heat for the deities, but it also feeds them. And you can, put a wick in and just burn it, or you can put it in little containers, and you can make your own candles with ghee. It doesn't just have to be Hindus. You could decorate it if you want. But just a pure ghee candle is great for her. But just saying, you can make your own candles out of butter. And you don't want to use vegetable ghee. That's not something, yeah, you want to use the clarified butter ghee. So I know there's vegetarian ghee, but that's not appropriate for the deities. I mean, you can make your own vegetarian ghee candles for your other spells and stuff. Go right ahead, you know. But I don't even know how to make vegetable ghee. I know they sell it at specialty stores. So eco-friendly dia wicks made from cotton is great. And that's really great. You can use that and put it in and just put it in molds and then like glass like cast candles, and you have your own candles. Turmeric powder and vermilion powder. Vermilion is called kumkum, Kumkum, and turmeric powder you'll see it as listed as haldi, Haldi. That's haldi is turmeric and kumkum is vermilion powder. So those are some ideas to offer to her. And also another offering is to help elephants and donate to their welfare, and signing petitions to stop the exploitation of these beautiful, magnificent creatures. It says Indra will bless the lands that treat elephants right, and so will Indrani. Flowers. She loves flowers. I mean, you can think about all these beautiful flowers, especially the hibiscus flower. Beautiful, and lotus flowers if you can get it. If not, roses can be a great substitute for uh, lotuses, because lotuses are expensive and roses are cheaper. Why are you destroying things, Lady Boss? So those are just some ideas for her. So I'm just trying to think what else. I hope I'm not losing you. And I don't have a script. I do not have a script. So if you don't feel so close to Indra, that's fine, and you want to worship Indrani, that is fine. And just trying to think what else. Good time to call on her is definitely when there's storms outside, or even if there's you don't see the storm, you hear it. You hear the thunder. Great time to call her. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this presentation. She is also wait. She's also associated with, she also deals with the powers of Venus because of her beauty and everything. And some also, a lot of it will associate it with Venus, some with Jupiter, but definitely Venus. So she does have the powers and associations of the planet Venus. And I almost forgot about that. And I think I'm going to sum it up because Fridays are a great day to worship Indrani, but you don't have to wait for a Friday. Full moons are also a great time to worship her. So, anyways, thank you for watching this presentation. Please donate to efforts to help elephants, sign petitions to stop their exploitation, you know. And as always, if you ever see me and you want to give me money for this, go right ahead. I'll accept it. Otherwise, donate your money to other good things. Share this video with your friends and family and social media handles. And as always, blessed be. Oh, and I will accept all spells of protection, money, and for me and my cats and everyone that lives in this home. And as always, blessed be.